So the kids will get a menu, and there'll be a lot of different options for them to choose. That's the point of having a menu, is to give them choice in their learning. And you try to divide the menu up into different learning style stations so that everybody's going to want to do at least one or two things because of their personality and their learning preference is represented. My must-dos are always silent reading, so that the kids will always have the opportunity to read an extra chapter in the book that we are reading together. It's also something else that they'll have to do that goes with the standard that I'm teaching them that week. So it's a focus on the independent reading and the focus on the standard for that week. The reading groups are great in that you can focus on a small group and help them with things that they struggle with. I have recently divided my groups based on the ThinkLink data that we received a few weeks ago, and so what I do is I put the kids into a group where they struggle, whether it's content, meaning, or grammar, or tech and skill. And sometimes I'll put everybody who is below proficient in that skill together, or sometimes I'll throw an advanced person in that group too to help out with the kids who are lower in that skill. And it's great because we all learn together, and it's more intimate, you're within a smaller group with your teacher, and the kids benefit from that experience. In the media center, I've divided it into a couple of different areas. One is the TV, obviously, and then the other is current event through news like the city paper or Teen Inc. Magazine. And what that is basically it's teaching a standard or repeating or reviewing a standard from the past, and implementing it through visual learning styles. A lot of kids are visuals, so they'll go to the TV and they'll try to figure out the conflict in a Cosby show, or they'll try to figure out conflict in a current event news article that's in their city paper, and they'll analyze it and explain it and put it into a worksheet for a grade.
The Media Center is mainly about articles, and articles in the newspaper or articles in books or magazines. I like in the newspaper because the newspaper gives you a lot of information about school, what's going on in the streets, and about jobs that you can get. I like about school because school gets you off the street, it gives you an education, a better job, and you learn more and you can teach other people about it.
Okay, I'm gonna talk about the graphic center, and like it's basically the internet. Like you can go to subjects, it's gonna give you English, math, reading, language, and basically you can click on either one you want to, and then like every question you get right, it give you 10 grains of rice, and it donates it to another country that's less fortunate than we are, and then like you keep on playing. Then like the teacher give you 15 minutes, and then to get however many questions that you get right. Then like when you over there, you gotta take a sheet of paper and jot down 10 things, like 10 definitions or something, and then you gotta put it in your bin. Then like at the end of the day, the teacher take your folder, and then like he'll grade it or whatever. Then the next day he'll give it back to us.
Today, one of my favorite centers is the art center, and but today that we're going to make symbols because in our book, The Giver that we're reading, you get they have different symbols to represent themselves, and today we're making our own symbols to represent who we are and what we think.
The Writing Center is as an option on the menu. It will usually cater to the more quiet person who likes to reflect on their life, that kind of learning style. But it's there to help people reflect on the book that we are all reading together. You give them options, you give them topics, prompts that might help them connect with the text, and they just journal and write their thoughts. And it's a way for them to express how they feel about the specific subject or content that you're teaching them.